Let us continue with our lesson, and what we will do now is we will have to update over here. So if you go to the remote, go to the model, and we will go to the remote, and inside this remote we will go to the request, and in the request we have a add and edit. So previously we modified our two function which is in our backend over here. If you take a look over here, store, and one is of the update. So whenever we are calling this function, we actually have to pass these two, which is of node and node. So we also have to pass from here. So this is the add task request, so which we have to pass the node to over here. So I'll just copy the same thing from here and paste it over here, and here we have to pass it as a node, and also over here the node. Okay, so that's it. We have to pass it as a node and node over here on the add task request, which is we are sending to our API or backend. And on the edit task, we have to do the same thing. So I'll just copy the same line of code from here, and after the body, I'll just paste it over here. So that is the two things that we have to do over here. And I think we don't have to change in the response. I think let me go over here to do, and we have a add task response, and yeah, we also have to add after here. So we have to get, sorry, and it should be after the body, right? And after the body we should paste the node, and also for the edit task, and after the body we have to set for the node too. So this is a data class. So data class is basically to hold the data. So if we never put in over here, then later we will be not able to receive that particular response. So in the response we are getting the node, so we should also add it over here. Otherwise your data will not contain the node from our API that we are getting. And on the task response, I think we also have to add over here. So let me add here. We are not arranging it properly. I think I should add over here. So let me add over here. Actually we should have arranged it properly previously, but currently, okay, let me try to arrange it properly. I think that should be better. We get the ID, and I think we get the title, right? So let me try to arrange it properly. Let's cut this section, and after ID I get the title, body, node, and the status. Just cut and paste it over here, and yeah, I think that should be fine. Sorry, let me try to arrange it. Okay, I think that should be fine, and let us go and try to. Now the next thing is that we have added to our request and the response, and let me try to rebuild it. So if we try to rebuild over here, and we should get some of the error that where this two class or the two data class has been used. Sorry, not the two. We have modified 4 class over here. So 2 in the request and 2 in the response. Sorry, 3 over here in the response. So that should give us some error because I think we have added a new column, and whenever we are passing, we are not actually passing that 2 column. And let us wait for the build to finish. I think that should give us some error. Okay, so we got some error over here, and we have to fix that one, right? So the no value pass over here, right? And also over here no value pass. So the two we have to fix this one. So first of all, let's go over here. No value pass, no parameter pass, right? And let me see what is the error. So status. So user ID add task, and we are calling the add task and passing the user ID, title, body, and the status. We have to pass the node. So how do you get a node is, let's say a val and node, and this should be of equals to view.txt node, right? So txt node dot text and dot toString. Okay, and we can pass over here. So what is the third parameter that we have to pass is we have to pass the user ID, title, body, and the note. So the note is over here, note, and the status. Just make sure you pass it correctly. The parameter, the parameter you pass it correctly. Otherwise, maybe you pass the note after the status, and that will insert a wrong value to a wrong field. So make sure you arrange it correctly. And after that, I have the second need to fix over here, which is over here. So let me try to minimize this one, which is of edit. In the edit task view model, I have to pass the here. So let me check what I have to pass, the parameter. So I have to pass the ID, user ID, title, body, string, note. So ID, yeah, because we just arrange it. I think we just arrange it, so I have to rearrange ID, user ID, and ID, user ID, yeah, and we have a user ID, title, body, note, status. So I have to rearrange this one too, right? So for that, a user ID is in the top, and just pass it user ID on the top, right? And after the user ID, and then I have to pass the title, body, note, title, body, note. So I just got this section and over here. Okay, tax ID is this one, correct. Sorry for that one. It should be in the first place, then user ID, then title, and I have to pass the note. So note currently I don't have, I think here, yeah. So let me just copy the same line of code, and let me try to paste it over here, and I'll just say as a note, and this note, just copy, and I should pass it over here. Not the value, which is of not null dot to string, and just give a comma over here. We need a comma. Okay, and make sure you arrange it properly, and otherwise the field will be mixed up and you will insert the wrong value. So after that, I will just go and rebuild it again. Okay, so I think we don't have any error. The build got passed, and that's fine. So the next step is to go and actually work with the view model, and to add a, first we'll work with the add a new column over here, since we have added the new column, and we also need to pass this one. So we need to work with the view model, and I give you this one as your new homework. Just go and try to add and adjust your view model, how to pass that particular data, and try to insert it to your backend system. So we'll be working on it, and just make sure you try to do on and in your own, and see whether you can figure it out how to do it. So let's meet up in the next lecture. Till then, have a great day.